Have you ever gotten home so hungry, so tired, and all you're thinking about is a simple, quick fix, like a healthy, balanced, full, balanced diet? Yes, having your carbs, your protein, and your vegetables, and all those things in there. So this is my simple, quick run to, especially for the Friday night when like the week is ended and you're just saying, thank God it's Friday. You want something yummy, something healthy, but something fun as well to eat. So this is my yum fries with fish and pepper sauce. Yes, all made together all at once. And this one, I came straight from work. I was so tired. All I did was to take it out of the freezer because I had them frozen. So I just took what I could eat, pour some water over it to just defrost it and get the ice off so it separates well. Then I just washed it off. Now this yam is by some friends of mine. You should patronize them as well. It's easy to use. It's already pre-cut and all those ones. So after washing the first one off, I just added in the salt and a little bit of extra water, just rinsed it all over it, and then I drained it off. Make sure you drain for all the water to go out. Like I said, I was back from work. Everything was in the freezer. Me too, I was hungry and I wanted something healthy. So the fish, yes, was pretty much iced because I just took it out, like I said. So I had to pour water all over it. The best is actually to have your fish out and let it thaw by itself. But this day, realities, I didn't have time. So as that was in the water getting, softer, I just poured my vegetables, which was my onion, my pepper, and then spring onions. And I added in some salt. Then I just blended it together. That is going to be my pepper sauce. Now, like I said, I didn't have time and I was hungry, so I had to be very quick about it. So once the yam is ready to go in, I just pour a bit of oil around it. I use coconut oil, and because the yam was still a bit cold, you realize that as the oil starts around the yam, it begins to turn into white, or it begins to sleep. Yes, because it's coconut oil. So if you're using vegetable oil, you may not really see it like this, depending on the type of oil you are using. Now I did that because sometimes when you do air fryer yam is more starchy and more dried. So sometimes it's like cassava. It can become very funny when you are done, and I don't like that look about it. So I like to add just a little bit of oil around it. Now for my pepper sauce, I just poured it in, and then I added in some shrimp powder, what Nigerians will call crayfish. Yes, so I added some shrimp powder because I wanted the natural shrimp taste. I didn't want to add any bouillon cubes or any cubes, any MSG, nothing. I just wanted that natural taste in there. Then I added a bit more of my coconut oil so that it does not become too dried out. Yes, and typically we do pepper sauce with a bit of oil, and mind you, the salt was already in, so that was it. Now to the fish. Yes, by the time I was done doing the other stuff, the fish was softer in there. The eyes had come out of it. Depending on the type of fish, if your fish is very heavy, you won't have it this easy to go with. So I poured in salt into the water, then I washed the fish around it. You can either also decide to just put your salt around the fish directly, but I like to use the salt water. That kind of controls the quantity of salt around it. I don't really like to eat too much salt as well. So once that went in, all I needed was to add my fish spice, which is one of my 10 most essential spice mixes on my channel. You should check that out. It's a blessing. And then I just had to add just a bit of pepper. Yes, this is right all the way from Rwanda. Yes, Akabanga chili oil, chili pepper. They are great pieces to work with. And so yes, I just spice that all over it. Yes, I spice that all over it. You can use your hand, you can use some gloves, do what works with you. This day, like I said, I just came back from work. I was just tired and lazy, but I didn't want my hand burning me because the chili oil is hot. You want to add in the pepper because fish can be a bit nauseating, like nye kind of vibes. So when you use the pepper, it kind of checks it for you. And the fish spice has a lot of spices in, which is going to elevate the taste of your fish and give you that good tasty fish vibe. And it's not going to be like overly dried like the big fish, it's going to give you like a fried fish kind of vibe, but this is oil free, so this is healthy as well. So I just place that around my bowl. Yes, I deliberately use a round bowl so the fish could just coil around it and then bake all together. So now that all of this is set, everything actually goes into the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use a conventional oven. Just make sure that you preheat if you're using the conventional oven. But for the air fryer, you can just do your sweet potato, which will give you like 35 minutes over 200 degrees Celsius in there. So I think getting to midway in your baking, you have to take it out and you'd have to turn the fish if you really want both sides to really cook nicely. So I turned it to get that result. In all the other places, I wasn't too gentle. In fact, I was using one hand to video and then the other for the fish. So it was beginning to do some funny vibes. But later, I had to just resort to changing my style. Yes, so once that cooks fully, you're going to get the yam well cooked, the fish well cooked, and then the pepper sauce. The pepper sauce, the top of mine got burnt. Like I said, the air fryer has a lot of its heat coming from the top vent. So I would always advise you put more oil on your pepper sauce, else it will be something else. Now, I didn't know what exactly to do with this thing because, like I said, I was tired. The vibe was not there, but I was just trying to do something nice on the plate. But I don't think this really flew that much, but just give me a take on it. Yes, whether I did well with it or not, yes. But I just hope you'd also give it a try. Like I said, this is oil-free, kind of frying for your fish, which is good. You realize my yam was well cooked to the inside. The outside was crispy, but the inside was soft and nice. The pepper sauce, though the top was looking a little bit burnt because the heat was going directly from the top, the inner part was well cooked. It was well done. This is stress-free. If you do it on the stove, you're not coming to get burnt, spots all over your body. But this is an easy way to go. So if you're going to try this out, do subscribe. Most importantly, do share to a friend, especially the singles, the bachelorette, the working moms, the working dads, the busy folks. Yes. Yeah, anytime, no. But for sending here, what's it? Until I see you in the next good video, still live life to the fullest, be joyous, be merry. Lots of love from my team and I. Mwah.